Happy Valentine's Day. Today, we finally get to talk about professions. And I'm so excited! Oh my goodness. so, so this is where you get to find out like a little bit more of the secret stuff in the game. Start to get into what these professions do that really define how classes, how cultures like feel. Um, it's cool. Like the word profession itself is like it has like a really cool etymology. It's like it comes out of people making a profession of faith, and they were called professionals because they were doing their work really well as an attempt to honor their Lord, and so that word, it's kind of a special word. It's cool. It's baked right into our language. So today, oh my goodness, what a great one to start off with. We're going to start our profession videos with the agent. So if you've ever wanted to play like a secret agent character, this is for you. And the class fantasy, this class, it nails it so well. The design, it's really going to, it's the way the class is designed. Even if you're not like actively trying to play the fantasy of like a secret agent, it's going to kind of force that on you. So if you don't want to be like the covert guy in the group that's like sneaking around or keeping secrets from the rest of the party, don't be an agent, because that would be a bad decision. This is a class that has to maintain secrecy. So like one of their, this is a perfect example. First ability that you get as an agent is an ability called Deep Cover, and it's not really an ability. It's actually kind of a drawback, kind of a limitation of the class. What Deep Cover is you are embedded with your adventuring party. You are a covert agent, and they cannot know that you're an agent. You have to masquerade as some other class. So any culture that has agents will have other professions that wear similar armor types and kind of behave similarly, so that you got a class, at least one, that you can masquerade as. Because so if what Deep Cover does is like you're embedded and they can't know. If somebody finds out that you're connected to the agency, whatever agency it is, I'll just call it the agency right now. If somebody finds out that, not because that's the name of an agency, I mean like the Nactolfin could be, would have agents that would be embedded. The Dark Hand from Southern Dosha would be another one. But for right now, we'll just say the agency. Anyway, whatever agency it is, the agency. If somebody finds out that you're connected with them, so the agent has two kinds of skills. One are like the physical skills that are just they're trained. Those skills, they're training and that sort of stuff. And then there's their network, because when you're an agent, you're part of an agency, and you got people who on the inside who know things, who can find out vital intelligence for you, or maybe use a dead drop to communicate things, or requisition equipment for you. Well, all of those things, if somebody finds out, basically you become compromised, and while you're compromised, the agent gets basically, like a debuff. The agency disavows any knowledge of your existence. And from that moment on, it can play out in a couple of different ways. Number one, if you're working with a good agency, everything's going to dry up. All of your like ability to go and reach out to contacts, those people aren't going to talk to you anymore. And you might go, but they won't acknowledge you. They won't talk to you. They'll act like you're a stranger. So you don't have any of those abilities. Basically, it kind of shuts down half of your class when you're compromised like that. If you're playing with an evil agency, some other things will start to happen. They'll send, likely, I mean, good agencies could do this as well, but it's more likely to be an evil agency that does this, and this is up to storyteller discretion. They'll begin to send other agents to neutralize you, and so people will start showing up and trying to kill you. And maybe also showing up and trying to kill the NPCs or other characters who have found out. This goes for like player characters or NPCs that aren't affiliated with the agency. Anybody finds out who's not already a part of the agency, and now you're compromised and they've disavowed your existence, and maybe they're trying to kill you, maybe not. But so that's how the class fantasy works. I mean, it feels like you're playing a secret agent, right? I mean, that's what it's all about. You got to maintain an air of like secrecy. So what happens? Like you're compromised now, let's say, and you want to get your other half of your class back. Well, you've got to do one of two things. You've got to either neutralize or like recruit anyone who knows your secret. So in the recruitment part may not exist for an evil agency. Like they may, nope, we're not gonna trust them. That's gonna be difficult as well. Like even as a good agency, how do you convince these people that this person should be a part of the agency, and don't kill them. Let's make them a part of the agency. These are interesting things, and some really cool adventures could come out of this. I mean, think about how cool would it be to be a compromised agent for a little while and then prove yourself. So some really exciting stuff could happen, but it's not the kind of thing you really want to happen. Like you're as playing an agent, that's the worst day imaginable, the day that somebody finds out your secret and you're compromised. And I actually in a campaign that we ran, so this is where this profession comes from. In a campaign that we ran that was set in the world of Eowden, I was actually playing, and my oldest son was running the campaign, and for the direct, like they still, like they'll know when they watch this video, they'll be like, oh, but they never, like the players never knew. I was playing a rogue, and but really I was playing an agent, and I was working with the Special Forces group. I think I've talked about in a previous video on the Nodrake culture. I was playing with the Nachtolfen, who are like a Special Forces company. And so I was a rogue, and like they thought that I had the background of being like an urchin, but really I had the background of being a soldier. And so they were confused at times, like, how do you not have this skill or that skill? Why are you so good at investigation? Why are you so interested in this or that? But they never knew. And they always, like, to this day, that was a rogue. And the truth is, like, the Nachtolfen are one of the things all people in the Northern Empire do is, like, they have to suppress the knowledge of magic and the practice of magic. And I had a warlock and a druid in my group, and at one point the druid gave me like an artifact that was part of her character's backstory. Well, my character that night went to my handler and gave it to him and was like, "What is this? We need to know what this is." Well, he was able to identify it and tell me there is like a demon trapped in this thing. And you need to be careful with it. And so I explained, I'm with these people. They're using magic. That's really not something we're supposed to be doing. But they're wood elves, and I don't know what's going on. But I'm going to keep an eye on them. And so that was it. And it was amazing because like there's this whole plot that I've got insight into that nobody else is seeing, where like I'm trying to keep an eye on them and make sure they don't go too wild with their magic, keep it under control, and then report back all the information that's going on to the agency, the Night Dolphin. It was a fascinating like campaign, and I just had so much fun with it. And I think we all had a blast with this. So I guess they'll find that out now. But yeah. So anyway, that's the agent. I think that you guys are gonna love all of the classes, because every time I start talking to somebody about one of these classes, and it doesn't matter which one, it doesn't matter, bar none, there's like every single class has something as magical that makes you want to play that versus this. And then you look at the other one and you're like, oh, but I could do this. Oh, but I could do this. And this is going to be a long series, because right now we have 23 classes planned for launch. 23 classes. Think for a moment. These are all distinct classes. Okay? Have you ever seen a game that launched with 23 classes? I've got a spreadsheet of classes that there's at least another 40 additional classes. They're already like, I'm going to do these. And there's so many more ideas that are just kind of rolling around in the back of my head that I'm not even touching yet. There's some classes that are my favorite classes in the world that aren't going to be in the base game, because I needed classes that will define a culture and define it well, so that we understand what we're doing in the story, our purpose. Like, I need you to understand what these different cultures are like, and the best way I can tell that story is by classes. So when you see an agent, you're going to know, okay, well, that makes sense. Now I understand this culture. Anyway, so really excited to be working on the profession videos. You guys, I hope you're getting excited, because this game is going to blow your minds. Still got a way before, because I've still got to play test everything, get it all written down and everything. So I feel bad if you're just finding it now, and you know that it's going to be a while. That's tough, but you got something really cool to look forward to, because this is not a role-playing game. This is a new thing. It's a storytelling game. It's going to like put your story dead center, and you're going to be in the action, and it's going to be like a movie. So yeah, it's really cool, and you should be excited. I'm very excited. Try not to stay too excited over the next year or two as we get this thing finished up, but buckle in. It's about to get awesome. I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day, and I hope you have an awesome weekend. Thanks. Bye-bye.